Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be diving deep into, what I'd call a heartwarming story
Oh, yeah.
about letter writing and the power of letters.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're looking at this piece called Pasted Text, and it's all about this guy named Henry. He's 78 years old
Okay.
and kind of rediscovers this joy of connection by becoming a pen pal to a class of fourth graders.
Wow, that's great.
So I'm really fascinated to kind of dig into this.
Yeah, it's interesting how letter writing
Right.
can have such an impact,
Right.
especially, these days when everybody's just going back and forth with instant messages and all that.
Yeah, like we're so used to, just quick emails or texts, but a letter
Yeah.
just feels so different.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's a
you're-
thoughtfulness to it
Yeah,
that I think is missing,
for sure.
from a lot of our digital interactions.
So let's talk about Henry a little bit.
Okay.
He's described in here as a natural storyteller, someone who really loved writing these long, detailed letters. The piece even describes his collection of letters as a tapestry of his life,
Oh, wow.
which I just love that phrase.
Yeah.
But now, he's older.
Hmm.
His wife has passed away.
Oh,
His kids are kind of busy with their own lives, and he's feeling really isolated.
yeah, I can see that.
And that's where Meals on Wheels comes in.
Right.
Not just for the food, but also, for that connection.
That social connection.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's one of the volunteers named Amelia
Sorry.
who notices Henry's stack of letters.
Oh, wow.
And she gets this idea and she says, "Hey, would you be interested in becoming a pen pal
To these kids.
to a class of fourth graders?"
Wow.
And can you imagine being Henry
Yeah.
in that moment? What would you be feeling?
I think you'd have mixed emotions.
Yeah.
I think you'd be excited to connect with these young minds.
Yeah.
But also, a little hesitant.
Right. Like, can you relate to these kids?
Yeah, exactly. Are they even going to be interested in what you have to say?
And that comes through in the story. Mm-hmm.
He's got these initial doubts.
Right.
But Amelia is persistent.
Good for her.
She's like, come on, just try it.
Yeah.
So Henry agrees.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, he's got this stack of letters from these kids.
Oh, wow.
They're writing to him
That's so cute.
with these adorable drawings and questions like, what was your favorite game as a kid?
Ah.
Do you have any pets?
Oh, my God.
And, Henry's clearly touched by these letters.
Yeah.
He's a little hesitant at first, but
Yeah.
he really takes his time to write back.
I love that.
There's this line that says, his fingers ached as he wrote, but his heart felt full.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. It's interesting how that physical act of writing
Right.
can be therapeutic.
Totally. Yeah.
It allows you to slow down and really process things
Yeah, and it's interesting, as these letters go back and forth, you start to see the impact.
on both of them.
Yeah. Henry starts sharing stories of his childhood. He talks about growing up without a TV.
Building a tree house with his brother.
Yeah.
Even this hilarious story about a raccoon
Raccoon.
that he mistook for a cat.
Oh, no.
I can just picture these kids, their eyes widening as they're reading these stories.
Yeah, it reminds me of some research on this.
Oh, really?
Where intergenerational communication,
Yeah.
it benefits both sides.
Yeah.
The older person, feels valued.
Like they have something to offer
Yeah, and the younger person
Yeah.
gets this whole new perspective.
on history and life and all that.
Exactly.
And it's not just Henry sharing.
Yeah.
The kids are writing back about their lives, their
Yeah.
dreams, their families.
That's so sweet.
And this starts to make Henry feel really seen and valued.
It's the power of giving back.
Yes.
We think of giving as something we do for others,
Yeah,
but it could be so rewarding
totally.
for the giver as well.
Exactly. And there's this beautiful moment where they send Henry a scrapbook
Yeah.
filled with all their letters, drawings, photos. And there's a little note inside that says, "Thank you, Mr. Henry, for teaching us how to tell stories and for being our friend."
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, how sweet is that?
That's so sweet.
And it really just emphasizes that he's become so much more.
They're just a pen pal.
Yeah, he's a friend. He's a mentor.
Yeah, and that kind of validation
Yeah.
could be so powerful.
Especially for someone who's feeling lonely.
Absolutely.
And it just makes you think about the little things,
The small things.
that we can do to make a difference.
Yeah, sometimes it's not about grand gestures.
Right.
It's those small acts of kindness
Exactly.
that can really have an impact.
So Henry starts out feeling isolated and disconnected.
Right.
But through this simple act of letter writing, he
Yeah.
finds this whole new community,
A sense of purpose.
new sense of purpose, and even a feeling of family.
It's a testament to that human need to belong,
Yeah,
you know?
totally. And it makes you think about, are we really connecting
In this digital
in
world.
this digital world?
You know, we're so plugged in.
But are we really connecting on a deeper level?
That's the question.
Yeah. What does Henry's story tell you about your own approach to communication?
It's a good point.
Yeah. Are there people in your life that you could reach out to more,
Yeah,
that you've been meaning to?
totally. And, you know, speaking of letters, I'm curious.
You know, it's interesting. This whole thing with the kids really re-energizes Henry.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just writing letters.
It's like he's rediscovering a passion or something.
Yeah, and he starts doing all this research, you know?
Oh, really?
Like looking up historical facts,
Wow.
coming up with riddles for the kids to solve,
That's amazing.
and even incorporating little lessons into his letters.
That's really
It's almost like experiential learning, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Where he's not just giving them information,
All right.
but he's engaging them.
Making it fun.
Yeah, exactly. And I think for the kids,
Yeah.
that's got to be way more exciting than just reading a textbook. Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Those kinds of interactive things were always so much fun.
Totally. It's like Henry's become their unofficial teacher,
I love that.
you know, outside of school.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And it really shows that learning doesn't have to be boring.
Right.
When you connect it to something you enjoy,
Exactly.
it just sticks better.
And then the school arranges this amazing event.
Yeah.
They have an in-person meeting.
Wow.
So all the kids get to meet Henry.
That's so great.
Can you imagine that?
Oh, that must have been so special.
I know, a room full of fourth graders.
Yeah.
Finally getting to meet the man behind the letters.
And for Henry, you know,
Yeah.
who's been feeling so isolated,
Yeah.
that face-to-face interaction,
So important.
it's crucial. You know, there's just something about it.
You can't get that through a screen.
No, you can't.
And the story talks about how Henry's eyes welled up as the kids come rushing in to greet him.
I bet.
They're asking him questions, showing him their drawings.
Oh, wow.
He even tells Amelia that these kids feel like family.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just so heartwarming.
It really is.
It just shows you that need for connection.
Yeah, that human need to belong.
It's so powerful.
And it can really come from anywhere.
You know.
You never know where you're going to find it.
So Henry goes from feeling isolated
Yeah.
to having this whole new sense of belonging
And purpose.
through these letters.
Amazing.
It's a good reminder for all of us
Yeah.
to nurture those connections.
Absolutely.
I'm curious, when was the last time you sat down and actually wrote a letter?
Oh, gosh.
Not an email, not a text, like
Yeah.
a real letter.
I actually don't even remember.
Right.
It's been a while.
It's been so long.
But you know, it's funny you should mention that because
Yeah.
I was just reading something about the benefits of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like psychologically.
Huh.
It can actually help you process your emotions
Interesting.
when you
Wow.
write by hand.
Like it's different than typing.
Yeah, there's something about it that slows your thinking down
Oh, wow.
and helps you connect with your feelings more.
So it's not just about, being old-fashioned or whatever. There's actually a real benefit to it.
Yeah, there's even research that shows expressive writing
Okay.
can reduce stress and improve well-being.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I think it goes beyond just the emotional benefits too.
Yeah.
Because when you write a letter, you're creating something tangible,
Yeah.
something you can hold on to.
Right. Like a physical object,
Exactly.
not just, some ones and zeros on a screen.
Right, and it can be cherished,
Yeah.
long after the digital world has moved on.
It's like you're creating a little piece of history,
Yeah.
It's really special.
I think so too.
And it makes you think about, all those texts and emails we send.
Right. Are we really expressing ourselves fully?
Yeah. Are we just skimming the surface?
I think sometimes we are.
Yeah. And then there's that element of anticipation, too.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when you were a kid and you'd check the mailbox?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Hoping for a letter.
The excitement.
It's so exciting.
You just don't get that anymore.
I know you don't.
With email, it's just there it is.
Right. It's instant.
Yeah.
But with a letter, there's that,
And the handwriting.
the handwriting.
Seeing that familiar script.
It just makes you feel so special.
Yeah. Like someone took the time.
Just for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the power of letters,
Yeah.
here's a challenge for you.
All right, I'm ready.
Think about someone in your life
Mm-hmm.
who you could write a letter to.
Okay.
It could be an old friend, a relative,
Yeah.
maybe even someone you see all the time,
Right?
but you haven't really connected with on a deeper level.
Okay, I like that.
Take some time, sit down, write a letter.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by the impact it has.
You never know. It's like planting a seed,
Yeah, good way to put it.
Yeah.
You never know what might grow from it.
So true.
So go ahead, pick up a pen, find such stationery,
Yeah.
and start writing.
It could brighten someone's day.
Absolutely, and it might even rekindle that joy of letter writing.
I think so.
For yourself.
And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
Just write from the heart.
That's what matters.
Exactly.
That's our deep dive for today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever experienced the power of letter writing firsthand? Share your stories with us online. We're always eager to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting, and keep diving deep.